On the weekly time frame on gold, we see how we are respecting bearish structure. Now, if you've been watching my previous outlook video on gold, you see zones where I'm saying this could potentially be a lower high zone. That this could potentially be a lower high zone. I've been saying it several for weeks now. That price pushing all the way up and making this could be a potential lower high zone. This zone is where I'm having issue because this potentially could be a lower high zone. And you can see price expected that, and we've dropped all the way. Last week we finally got momentum on Friday and we dropped all the way down to this zone. Now we are at a support potentially because price rejected of this zone. If you look at the structure here, rejected of this, and here too rejected of this zone. So we are still at a support zone. Going down to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame also, you will see that we are at a support zone. Now we are expecting bearish structure. So a double top signifying reversal, right? So since we are bullish, this is indicating that we want to reverse to bearish structure. So once we got this double top here, that was indicating bearish structure. Then we drop all the way down to make this low. Made a double bottom here. We were thinking, okay, maybe price is going to go up, but price refused, and we came to make this head and shoulder here. Boom. So this is a lower high, and from there we made this low down here. Now if you watch my previous outlook video, that is the outlook video for last week, I was saying this. I was saying if price is below, I had a support here, support slash resistance to support slash resistance. I was saying anything below that was bearish structure and anything above is bullish structure. Anything above this zone is bullish, you go bullish. Anything below this zone, we are selling. So yeah, you see how price respected it, and below this zone here, what we did was below here we drop all the way down to make new lows. So you see how price action could be really simple. We are this low right now. Potentially what we could see is either two things, right? Following up from the NFP, the volatility on NFP, we might want to follow up on that volatility, right? We might want to follow up on that. And on Monday, we might just continue bearish. And we might see another candle that just continues bearish. You get, just to follow up on the previous volatility we had from, or the leftover volatility, or I don't, should I call it the leftover? I don't know if leftover is the right word, but just to follow up from the volatility on Friday, that's NFP volatility. We could just open on Monday and we'll just continue bearish, which I'm saying possibly price could do that. Or since we are at a low, because this is a support zone, if you look at this zone here, price reacted off of this zone here, reacted of it here too, and now we are at this zone here. Potentially we might see price reverse. That's the second thing price could do. We might see price reverse to make a new lower high for we to continue bearish. Yeah, for we to continue bearish, because right now I see price going lower all the way down to 4250. So from 45 here, potentially we might go down to 4250 potentially. It's not certain, but looking at the structure here, if we are bearish, the structure is from lower high to lower low. So potentially we should make a new lower low. We should continue low to make new lower low. So I see price going down to 4,250. We might see price go to 250 this week, but eventually I see price going to the 250. That's if we don't reject off of this zone, and from this zone we just turn bullish. Yeah, if we don't turn bullish from here, then we'll see price go to 250. But looking at this, we are very so 4250 is low-key the next zone that price is going to go to. So just like I said, we might open and we continue dropping, or we might want to make a lower high. If price makes a lower high zone, that's where we come in. If price drops, there's nothing really we can do. You get what I'm saying? It's nothing really we can do, because how we trade is we look for lower high zones for which to continue. In a bearish trend, we look for lower high zones for which to continue the bearish market, and in a bullish trend, we look for higher low zones. So we only trade at lower high zones and we only trade at higher low zones. If is that or nothing. So if price is willing to give us a new lower high zone, then that's where we can come in. Now that lower high zone on the 2 hour, that's where we're going to look for the lower high zone. Potentially, potentially maybe if you want to reject, because I'm already seeing price rejection off of this zone. We got this 2 hour rejection candlestick. So maybe potentially we might see price continue on this retracement. So if we continue on this retracement, what we'll do is look for a lower high zone. Now, a lower high zone could be a zone where price make a double top. You get from the double top. Once you get that double top, we'll sell targeting 4 to 50 down here. Price could even go lower, even up to 4 200. But let's just use 4 to 50 because that's the major psychological zone. Either we get that, then from the second top we sell, or price we could potentially see price make an inverted, a head and shoulder, not inverted, sorry, a head and shoulder, maybe around here. Then from the right shoulder we sell targeting 4,250, or we see price make a shift of structure. So as we are going retracing right now, we might be making bullish structure, right? Bullish structure. So what we'll do is, if we see price break past the last higher low on the counter trend, then wait for price to retest the last higher low, and from the last higher low, the rejection of that low, we just sell. Now it will be a high, a lower high zone, and from there we just sell down to 4,250. So either of those, any of those three things we see around the zone, then we'll enter short potentially. So that's what I'm looking for, just waiting for to see on gold. If you get any of that, then we'll be short. But if price wants to, price could just continue bearish, just like I said, and maybe on Monday you might just make a little bit of retracement, maybe to this zone here, maybe I'll just continue bearish. That could be another thing price might want to do, just continue bearish. Yeah. So yeah, that's it on gold. And you might be wondering, why am I targeting for 4 250? Now 4 250, first of all, 4 250 is a psychological zone, strong psychological zone on gold. Second of all, if you look at that 4 250, is also a support on the 4 hour time frame. As you can see, price drop all the way down to this. You see the body here was around 4 250, so potentially we might see price go to there. So that is one thing. And also, why I was saying price could go lower is because on the 2 hour time frame also we have another low, which is different, which is lower than the 4 250, is around 4 200 too. So I even see price going all the way down to 4 200 potentially. 4 200, yeah. That's the price action on gold right now. Now if price continues bearish, what we'll do is still wait for price to make a lower high zone. What I mean is, maybe we open on Monday and we just continue bearish, right? You still have to just wait for price to make lower highs. We cannot be entering at any random place. We have to enter at lower high zones or potential lower high zones. Those are the zones we are mainly focused on entering, getting our entries from lower high zones, so that we either targets the next high or a new lower low. That's as simple as it is. That's what we are looking for on gold. Price could even go lower, even down to this here, because this is a low. Price could want to drop all the way down to this low. Either way, so just like I said, this bearish structure is like confirmed, like it's confirmed, because both the weekly time frame is looking bearish, the daily time frame to be looking bearish. So yeah, just look for lower high zones for which to continue riding the trend. So yeah, that's it on my outlook on gold. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.